If you want to see bats, you could go to Carlsbad and watch them as they fly out of the caverns. But you're not allowed to take video of it or pictures. So perhaps you'll go to Indonesia. You can actually go in a bat cave. See the bats hanging from the rocks. Or the Komodo Islands and see the giant fruit bats flying from the mangroves. But you don't have to go that far. If you want to see bats, you can go to the Phoenix Bat Cave. Yep, right on 40th Street and Camelback. It was a nice Sunday evening, so I took this trail along the north side of the canal to see the Phoenix Bat Cave. And the time to go is just before dusk, because that's when the bats come out. I parked my car in the shopping complex right on the corner of 40th Street and Camelback. Then you walk north to the north side of the canal and just follow the trail. It's about a half-mile walk from 40th Street west until you get to the Phoenix Bat Cave. And as you'll see in this video, it's not a bat cave at all, but a man-made flood control tunnel. As you walk along the bank of the Arizona Canal, you'll soon come to another trail just to the north of it, next to the flood control features that are totally fenced off. And then you'll reach the tunnel. This flood control tunnel, located in the middle of Phoenix, is said to contain 10 to 20,000 Mexican free-tail bats. Mexican free-tail bats are found in the western United States, Mexico, Central America, and into the northern part of South America. And as you can see, you cannot go beyond the fence or into the tunnel. But you can enjoy the views as the bats will fly out of the tunnel. The bats fly out of the tunnel at dusk toward the east, which gives a great view of Camelback Mountain. You can see the praying monk up there, and as the sun goes down, spectacular colors of the mountain. But look back to the west as the sun's setting, you might see a great sunset. Initially, just a few bats may come out, but then they start flying out by the hundreds. The Mexican free-tail bat has a wingspan of about 12 inches, and they're extremely fast. And even though when you're there looking at it visually, you can see a trail of bats as they fly off into the sunset, it's hard to capture them on video. There were probably about 20 people there this night as we watched the bats fly out of the flood control tunnel. Cool sight to see. One interesting thing I saw early on, there were some sparrowhawks waiting for the bats, kept flying around and trying to snag them. The bats are said to be migrating to Mexico, but they do stop here at the flood control tunnel through the summer and have their babies. The female will have one pup. The young pups won't fly out with the rest of the bats, but they'll stay hooked to the ceiling for several weeks. The mothers will leave the pups every evening to go out and search for the insects that they eat. But what do the pups eat? Well, if you know your bats, you know a bat's a mammal. Like all mammals, the young pups nurse from their mothers. The mothers are able to locate their baby from the thousands of bats by their individual calls. The warm conditions are essential for the rapid growth and survival of the babies. And of course, one of the reasons they choose the flood control tunnel next to the canal is that the water brings their food, the insects that they eat. Here's your trivia question. How long do you think one of these bats lives?
Night mode will,
Would it be
it takes a longer exposure.
2 years? 6 years?
Yeah, unfortunately they're going too fast.
18 years? Or 50 years? The Mexican free-tailed bats are the jets of the bat world, as they are very fast. You might have heard the comment from the individual saying it's hard to get a picture of them. Well, back to the trivia question. If you guessed a lifespan of 18 years, you would be correct. Second trivia question. How many species of bats are found in Arizona? Texas has the most species at 33. And Arizona is second with 29. A couple of the species we have are fruit-eating bats. They also eat nectar and pollen, which helps pollinate agaves and our saguaro cactus. I moved a little farther down the channel to see if this would give a better view of the bats flying out. At least gives a better view of Camelback Mountain. But once you're done, follow the trail along the canal back to your vehicle. But I hope you enjoyed the Phoenix Bat Cave. Have a good day.